Hi, I'm Anna. Welcome to Mrs. English Channel. Today, we'll learn English in a fun and simple way. By the end of this video, you'll be able to master articles a and the. Explain simply. Imagine you are sitting in a restaurant. You look at the waiter and say, "I want the chicken." But then the waiter looks confused. Why? Because you haven't ordered yet. Or imagine you tell a friend, "I have a car," and they say, "Oh, really? Where is the car?" And you say, "No, I am buying car tomorrow." It sounds broken, doesn't it? One tiny word, just 1, 2, or 3 letters, can completely change the meaning of your sentence or make you sound like a complete beginner. Today, we are going to fix that forever.
Wow, Anna, I never realized that such small words could cause such big confusion. I always get stuck wondering, do I say, "I go to the school," or just, "I go to school"? It drives me crazy.
You are not alone, Sam. That is actually one of the most common questions I get from students all over the world. Articles are tricky because many languages don't even use them, but in English, they are the glue that holds specific details together.
Exactly. Sometimes I feel like I'm guessing. I just flip a coin in my head. Heads for A, tails for the.
Well, put the coin away, Sam. We don't need luck today. We need logic. We are going to break this down into 3 easy categories: the indefinite articles, a and an, the definite article, the, and the zero article, when to use nothing at all. Are you ready to dive in?
I am definitely ready. Let's start with the basics. A and an.
Perfect. Let's start with a and an. These are called indefinite articles. Sam, do you know what indefinite means in this context?
I think so. It means something that isn't specific, like just any item, not a special one.
That is exactly right. We use a or an when we are talking about one singular thing, and it is not specific. It's one of many. For example, if I say, "Sam, I need a pen," do I want a specific special pen?
No, you just want any pen to write with.
Correct. But if I say, "Sam, give me the pen that is on your desk," that is specific. So rule number 1, use a or an for one thing that is general. Now here's the big question, Sam. When do we use a and when do we use an?
Oh, I know this one. You use an before vowels, like A, E, I, O, U, and you use a before consonants.
That is the general rule, but there is a secret, Sam. It is not about the spelling. It is about the sound.
Wait, really? It's about the sound?
Yes, this is where 90% of students make mistakes. We use an before a vowel sound and a before a consonant sound. Let's look at some examples. Sam, how do you say the word for the place where you study after high school? Starts with a U.
University.
Right, university. It starts with the letter U, which is a vowel, but listen to the sound. University. It sounds like a Y, right? Like the word you.
Yeah, it does. University.
That's a consonant sound. Exactly. So we do not say an university, we say a university.
A university. Wow, that makes sense now. I always tried to write an because of the spelling.
Let's try another one. What about the word hour, like 60 minutes? It starts with an H.
H is a consonant, so a hour.
Listen to the sound, Sam. Hour. Is the H silent or strong?
It's silent. It sounds like hour. It starts with an O sound.
Precisely. Because it starts with a vowel sound, we say an hour.
An hour. Okay, I see the pattern. It's all about listening, not just reading.
Spot on. Let's practice a few more. I will say a word and you tell me if it is a or an. Ready?
Ready.
Umbrella.
Umbrella. A sound. That's a vowel sound. An umbrella.
Correct. Next one. House.
House. Sound. That's a strong H. Consonant. A house.
Perfect. How about MP3 player?
Oh, that's tricky. It starts with M, but when I say the letter M, I say M. MP3. That starts with an E sound. So an MP3 player.
You got it. You're a natural, Sam.
Thanks, Anna. That sound rule really changes everything.
It does. So remember, indefinite articles a and an are for general singular things, and the choice depends on the sound. Now, let's move to the big boss, the.
The most popular word in the English language, I think.
It is. The is the definite article. We use it when we are talking about something specific or something that both the speaker and the listener already know about.
Can you give me an example of the already know about part?
Sure. Imagine I tell you a story. Yesterday, I saw a dog. The dog was chasing a cat. Notice what I did there?
Yeah. First you said a dog. Then in the next sentence you said the dog.
Exactly. The first time I mention it, you don't know which dog it is. It's just a dog. But once I've introduced it, now we both know which dog we are talking about, so it becomes the dog.
Ah, so the first mention is general, and the second mention is specific.
Correct. That is rule number 1 for the. Rule number 2 is for unique things, things where there is only one in the world or only one in our context.
Like the sun?
Yes, the sun, the moon, the sky, the internet. We don't say a sun because there isn't another one for us to choose from.
That makes it easier. What about places? I always get confused with countries. Is it the Spain or Spain?
Great question. This is a special category. Usually names of countries do not use the. We say, I'm going to France, she lives in Japan, or he is from Brazil. No article.
Okay, no article for countries. But wait, what about America? People say the USA.
You caught the exception. If a country name includes words like kingdom, states, or republic, or if it is a plural name, we use the. So it is the United States, the United Kingdom, the Philippines, the Netherlands.
The Philippines, because it's a group of islands, right? Plural?
Exactly. And the United Kingdom because it has the word kingdom. But for just China or Germany, it's zero article.
Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. And an for general things based on sound, the for specific things, second mentions, or unique things, and usually no article for countries unless they are special groups.
You summarized that perfectly, Sam. But there is one more very important category. We call it the zero article for generalizations.
Generalizations? You mean when we talk about things in general?
Yes, this is a very common mistake. If you want to say you like dogs, meaning all dogs in the world, you say, I like dogs. You do not say, I like the dogs.
Oh, I think I've made that mistake. I've definitely said, I love the pizza.
If you say, I love the pizza, it sounds like you are talking about a specific pizza sitting on the table right now. But if you mean pizza as a food category, you just say, I love pizza.
I love pizza. I hate traffic. Music is life.
Yes, no the for abstract ideas or plural nouns when speaking generally. Music is life is perfect, not the music is the life.
That actually sounds much more natural. It flows better.
It does. Now, Sam, I think we have covered the rules, but the best way to learn is to practice. Are you ready to make some mistakes so we can learn from them?
I am ready to be corrected, Anna. Let's do this.
Okay, we are going to do a role play. I want you to act out a few scenarios with me. I will listen, and if I hear a mistake, I will stop you and we will fix it together.
Sounds good. What's the first scenario?
Scenario 1. We are at a coffee shop. You are the customer and I am the barista. You want to order a drink and a snack. Go ahead.
Hi there. I would like to order coffee and the apple.
Pause. Okay, let's look at that. I would like to order coffee and the apple.
Did I mess up the articles?
Just a little bit. First, coffee. Since you are ordering a single cup, we usually say a coffee in a coffee shop context. But the bigger issue is the apple. Is there a specific apple on the counter that we discussed?
No, I just want any apple from the basket.
Right, so because it's one of many and it starts with a vowel sound.
It should be an apple?
Exactly. Try the sentence again.
Hi, I would like to order a coffee and an apple.
Perfect. And I would say, here is the coffee you ordered. See, now it's specific because I'm handing it to you.
Got it. A coffee to order it, the coffee when I receive it.
Excellent. Now repeat after me to practice the pronunciation. I would like a coffee and an apple.
I would like a coffee and an apple.
Good. Notice how we link the words, an apple. It almost sounds like one word, an apple.
An apple. I would like an apple.
Much more natural. Okay, scenario 2. We are talking about jobs. I ask you what your brother does for a living.
Okay, ask me.
So Sam, what does your brother do?
He is engineer?
Stop right there. He is engineer. In many languages, this is correct, but in English for professions, we must use an article.
Oh, right. He is one single person, so I need an article. Engineer starts with E, so he is an engineer?
Yes, he is an engineer, or he is a doctor. He is a teacher. You cannot just say he is teacher.
That is a hard habit to break. I always forget the or an with jobs.
It's very common. Think of it this way. He is a member of the group of engineers, so he is an engineer. Try it again.
My brother is an engineer.
Wonderful. Repeat after me. She is a dentist.
She is a dentist.
He is an actor.
He is an actor.
Great. Now, scenario 3. Let's talk about hobbies and preferences. Tell me about what you like to do on weekends.
On weekends, I like to play the football.
Ah, the classic mistake. Play the football.
Is it wrong? I am playing a specific game.
In English, with sports and games, we use the zero article. We never use the with sports.
Really? Never?
Never. You play football. You play tennis. You play chess.
Wow, I always said play the guitar, so I thought play the football was the same.
That is a fascinating point, Sam. With musical instruments, we do use the. I play the guitar. I play the piano. But with sports, no article. I play football.
English is crazy sometimes. Okay, so instruments get the, sports get nothing.
Exactly. It's a rule you just have to memorize. So, try your sentence again.
On weekends, I like to play football.
Perfect. And what if you played a musical instrument?
On weekends, I like to play the drums.
You nailed it. Let's do a quick repeat after me for this distinction. I play tennis.
I play tennis.
I play the piano.
I play the piano.
I love basketball.
I love basketball.
I am learning the violin.
I am learning the violin.
Excellent work, Sam. You are sounding much more confident.
I feel more confident. The rules are actually quite logical once you break them down. But Anna, what about things like bed or work? I hear people say I go to bed, but also the cat is on the bed.
Ooh, this is an advanced nuance. I am glad you brought it up. We have certain places like school, bed, work, church, prison, hospital, where the article changes the meaning completely.
How so?
If you go to the place for its purpose, you use zero article. For example, I go to bed means I am going to sleep. I go to school means I am a student going to learn. He went to hospital in British English, or to the hospital in American usually means he is sick.
Okay, and if I use the?
If you use the, you are talking about the physical object or building, not the purpose. If I say I went to the school, it means I visited the building, maybe to fix a window or pick up a friend. I am not studying there. If I say the cat is on the bed, I am talking about the furniture. The cat is not going to sleep like a human.
That is so subtle. So I am in bed means I am resting. I am on the bed means I am just sitting on the mattress.
Exactly. Sam is in the hospital implies he is a patient. Sam is at the hospital might just mean he is visiting someone.
This helps so much. It's about function versus physical location.
Yes, let's try one last quick quiz before we recap. I will give you a sentence with a blank. You fill it in. Sentence 1. Can you open blank window? The context is the room is hot.
Okay, the room is hot. There is a window in the room. We both know which window it is. So, can you open the window?
Correct, because it's specific to our room. Sentence 2. My sister lives in blank Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is a city. It's not a group of states. So, zero article. My sister lives in Los Angeles.
Perfect. Sentence 3. I saw blank elephant at the zoo.
First time mentioning it. Elephant starts with an E sound. So, I saw an elephant at the zoo.
You are a master of articles now, Sam.
I wouldn't say master, but I definitely feel like I understand the map now.
That is the goal. Progress, not perfection. We have covered a lot of ground today. Let's take a moment to recap everything so it sticks in our memory.
Good idea. A summary would be great.
First, we talked about a and an. These are indefinite articles. Use them for singular, countable nouns when you are talking generally. Remember the golden rule. It is about sound, not spelling. Use a before consonant sounds, a car, a house, a university. Use an before vowel sounds, an apple, an hour, an MP3 player.
Then we talked about the definite article. Use it for specific things or when the listener knows exactly which object you mean. We use it for the second mention of a noun. I saw a bird, the bird flew away. We use it for unique things like the sun or the internet.
Exactly. Then we discussed geography. Most countries and cities have no article. France, London, Brazil. But countries with plural names or words like United or Republic get the USA, the UAE, the UK.
We also covered jobs. Always use a or an. I am a teacher, not I am teacher. And sports versus instruments. No article for sports, I play soccer, but use the for instruments, I play the guitar.
And finally, the zero article for generalizations. I like cars, all cars, not I like the cars.
It seems like a lot, but when you list it like that, it's very manageable.
It is.
My final tip for everyone watching is this. Listen to native speakers. When you watch a movie or read a book, pay attention to the little words. Ask yourself, why did they use the there? Or why did they use an? The more you notice them, the more natural they'll become in your own speech.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Even if you use the wrong article, people will usually understand you, but getting it right makes you sound polished and professional.
That is so true, Sam. Communication is the key, and grammar is just a tool to help us communicate better. You are doing a great job, and I am so proud of everyone watching this video for taking the time to improve their English.
Absolutely. Keep practicing, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us for this lesson. We hope this cleared up the confusion about a, an, and the.
It definitely helped me. Thanks, Anna.
You are very welcome, Sam. Don't forget to subscribe to Mrs. English channel for daily tips and English practice. See you in the next video. Goodbye for now.